Hey everybody, it's Mega Lake Bodum back here with what I like to call a top 5 list. I know everybody's doing it, and I'm going to get right in on it as well. I sat down the other day and said, hey, if I want to start a top 5 list, what kind of list do I want to do? And I thought to myself, in a game full of crazy, overpowerful creatures and spells, just overpowered shit, I want to sit down and talk about something that's near and dear to my heart, and that's vanilla bears. That's right, that's the dudes that don't have any abilities, don't really do a whole lot on their own, but I mean, with other cards, they've got great synergy, and their mana cost and their power still give them some value. So we're going to hop right into it, and we're going to start off with Aqua Trickster. Aqua Trickster is that 2-drop corrupted Aquan dude with the 1000 power that's not all that great, but the synergy he has with all the other corrupted creatures is what makes him get on the list. He's at number 5, but he's still on the list. He can just, because there's so many corrupted abilities out there, he's really, I think, viable. I mean, we got the Bronze Arm that when he dies, he goes to mana. He's got the Apple that when he attacks, he gives you mana. When he attacks with the Seneschal on the field, he draws you a card. You get him for free with Warbringer Poseidon. He gets Slayer with the Squalashi Skirts and Double Breaker with General Charge and Fast Attacker with the Blitz Commando. Aqua Trickster. Definitely a vanilla bear and definitely a house until we get something better in Corrupted. I'm not sure if we're going to get more corrupted creatures, but if we do and there's a better 2-drop, Aqua Trickster will be slashed out, but for now, he's still a good card in corrupted decks. I'm going to move on to number 4 rather, into a Metal Max. Metal Max is that 2-drop light fire creature who's an Enforcer Stomper. Stomper doesn't matter, but the Enforcer, that's crazy. He's got 3,500 power and he's frickin' house. Enforcer. Let's talk about Enforcer for a minute. Blinder Beetle Prime, possibly one of the best freaking cards to come out of Shattered Alliances, and Blinder Beetle Prime is being seen in tons of decks. Metal Max I personally use in one of my Naya decks that I have sleeved up currently, and he's a sweet turn 2 beatstick. He's going to sit there for a couple turns, and turn 5 if I feel like it, I'm going to evolve him into a Blinder Beetle Prime. Being an Enforcer alone puts him on this list because he's good bait for Blinder Beetle Prime. He's 3,500, which is going to help him to get over some of the smaller blockers like the Kraken and Entangler, stuff like that. He's going to get through. He can trade with the Lemon. He's going to get blocked by the Strider, but that doesn't matter because turn 5 you're going to evolve him into Blinder Beetle Prime, and he's going to smack face. Metal Max. Going to number 3 on the list, we got Lost Patrol. Lost Patrol is that light, dark, 3-drop Storm Patrol Spectre with 5,000 power. Let's talk about Lost Patrol and his applications right now. That Light Water Dark Tempo deck is still topping tournaments. We saw it hit KMC scene all summer long, and Lost Patrol was definitely a star in that deck. And I can't complain, at 3-drop, he's quite the beat stick. There's only one dude that beats him, and we'll talk about him a little bit later. Lost Patrol, I think, is great in those tempo decks, and I've even put him together in a light water nature deck that uses the Oathsworn Call to bring him out, make him a blocker. Lost Patrol is still very viable in the meta today. And now we're going to number 2, which is the Magris the Magnetizer. This 1-drop dude. How many times have I played him and he's taken early turn shields? Magris the Magnetizer. You look at him, if you didn't know what this game was about, you'd go, wow, a 1-drop for 500 power, not that great. But then you look at the Enforcer and you go, oh shit, wait, turn 5 Blinder Beetle Prime on a Magris swing. That seems pretty good. Magris the Magnetizer definitely had to get a spot on this list because he is so good and he does take so many early turn shields. I've seen games where, you win simply because you have that Magris on turn 1 and your opponent has no answers throughout the game. He takes a couple early shields, putting you ahead of the game, and Magris just swings. And then, of course, there's the Blinder Beetle Prime on turn 4. He's still a house in the mono light decks. Naya decks that can run him. There's light water nature tempo decks that can run him. There's just a whole bunch of decks that the Magris the Magnetizer can be slotted into. And number 1, obviously, has to be Swordhorn, of course. He's that 3-drop light nature Enforcer Beastkin, 5,500 power beat stick. Swordhorn, I mean, some days I take a look at this card and I go, wow, that 500 has to be a misprint. Somebody was drinking something up in Wizards that day because Swordhorn, just ridiculous. He gets over frickin' everything. If you took a look at Lost Patrol and said, yeah, that's a pretty decent bear, and then you took a look at Swordhorn and go, fuck, that's a pretty sweet deer bear right there, with the sword horns and the shields and what have you. So what, he looks like he's wearing breastplates and a dress. That's fine, because this guy's freaking huge. So many applications for this guy. The light water nature tempo, light water nature control, shit like that. Anything that you can fit light and nature into, Swordhorn should be in there because he's such a big beat stick. He's an extremely aggressive card. And then you go, okay, well, yeah, this guy's great. But then look at Enforcer Beastkin. What? Not only can I evolve my turn 5 Blinder Beetle Prime if I need to, turn 4 I could put my Bronze Arm Sabertooth on him. What the fuck? And then they bring out Shaman of the Vigil, and you're like, shit, that's a Swordhorn on top of a Swordhorn, man. And he untaps at the end phase. And he's got Protector. What? Swordhorn is crazy. I would say he's the most freaking broken vanilla creature in the game. Never mind your Lost Patrol, because Swordhorn's just going to run him over. Swordhorn. Top of the... He's king of the vanilla creature mountain. He's huge. And anyway, that's it, guys. That's my top 5 vanilla creatures. I don't know if you enjoyed it. I don't really care if you enjoyed it. Everybody's doing top 5, top 10, top 8 lists. I don't care. Whatever. I grabbed a bunch of random commons in my collection and threw them together and said, hey, let's do a list because I need more content. I'm a whore. I'm not going to doubt that. Alright? If you don't like my videos, don't watch them. If you do, I appreciate you watching them, man. I'm trying to make a splash in the Kaijudo community here, and if you don't like it, well, that's great. Constructive criticism is awesome, alright? Anyway, if you did enjoy the video, thanks for watching, guys. Like, share, comment, and, you know, leave me a chat message. Say, hey, you're doing great, Mega Like Bodum, or hey, man, you suck, Team Level Up's terrible. And in that case, go screw yourself, guys. Take care. Bye.